Hey everybody, I'm Sean. Welcome to another episode of Angling Spiders. Welcome back everybody. If you are watching this, you might be thinking that I am putting up some footage from a back episode of Angling Spiders. But that is not the case. It is May 9th and spring in Alberta. So combination of Mother's Day and the weather, no fishing for me yet, even though the season has now officially opened here in southern Alberta. And because of that, I am going to be back downstairs today doing an update on some things I received in the mail and a gear review. So let's get to that and get out of this. All right, I'm back in the studio. In regards to the weather, just to be clear, it is supposed to melt tonight and tomorrow, and so most of that snow is going to be gone really quick, but it just goes to show you the crazy weather we've continued to have here in Alberta in early spring. If it's not snowing, it's really windy, and so it's made conditions to get out fishing in the kayaks a little bit tough. So we're trying to get inventive on that, and hopefully we'll get out and get some more fishing content for you guys very soon. It is looking like it's going to improve, so we are hopeful about that. Let me get to today's episode. We've had a couple of things that arrived in the mail, and I want to go through that, and just a reminder on a couple of other things. So let's get into the content. So for my first shout out today, I want to say thanks to Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors. Ted sent us a few things in the mail. First off, he sent us a couple of these stickers that will go on the tackle box, and then also some smaller ones. So really appreciate that. For those of you that don't know, Ted also has his own YouTube channel. He does fishing, he does outdoor activities. He's also a bait maker, and he often does live streams where he makes baits. And one of the things he did recently was buy a new mold, and it was for a crawfish pattern, and he had a contest for somebody to name that new crawfish pattern, and I submitted a name, the Razor Craw, and his kids liked it, and they picked that one as the winner. And so as the winner of the bait naming contest, I was also sent a couple of bags of those soft plastics, the color of my choice. So in addition to those stickers, Ted also sent me 2 packs of Razor Craws. The first one is in a green, and for those of you that have been watching the channel, you know that green is one of my favorite colors for lures. And so there is the green one. It's got some silver and black flake in there. That one looks fantastic. And then I also asked Ted if he could make me one that was a little bit more natural looking in terms of an actual crawfish color. And so he also made me kind of a muddy brown one with a orange and black flake. So that one looks really good as well. So there they are, the 2 colors of Razor Craw. Of course, we don't have bass here, so I won't be using this for bass fishing, but I am hoping to catch a walleye on these, trailed behind a jig head. So I think that I can make that work, and looking forward to giving these things a try. So thanks, Ted. For those of you that don't follow Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors, I will put a link to his channel down below. All right, and speaking of things that we got in the mail, my second shout out today is to a couple of special guys over at Revere Ag Seeds Limited. Now, for those of you that don't know Revere Ag Seeds Limited, this is actually my brother-in-law's company. And if any of you watched the live stream, I gave away one of his custom Len Thompson spoons, this new one in the green and silver. He's had 2 of these made now. His previous one was in the green and white. So love these colors, and I have both those. So thanks to my brother-in-law for sending these along. But his kids, my nephews, are also big fans of the channel. They watch us regularly, and when they found out about putting stickers on my tackle box, they wanted to make sure that I got one of those as well. So I just wanted to say thanks to Jack and Marshall for sending this along. This is going to look really good on the tackle box, and I will get that on there and show it again at the end of this episode. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following, and hopefully someday we'll be able to get out fishing together. That would be fantastic. Okay, and my last shout out for today is for my daughter. Again, for those of you that have been following along, you would know that my daughter is an artist, and she's the one who designed our most recent angling spider sticker. She also has her own Etsy store where she sells stickers of various designs, and also some of her artwork. Once again, I'll put a link to her store down below. She sent me a new sticker that she designed that I will show you. This one's pretty fantastic, styled off of our Len Thompson lures, and she does Zentangle, so I will put a shot up on the screen of all the detail that's in the blade of this lure, because it's pretty crazy how much effort she puts into making the designs on these things, and they really probably won't show up on camera, but I can do a close-up with my phone and show you the details. So just want to say thanks again to my daughter for sending this along. This is an absolutely fantastic sticker. I will be keeping one of these, but we will be giving away one of these in a future episode. So stay tuned for the next episode of Angling Spiders, when I will announce our next giveaway, and one of these stickers will be part of that giveaway. So thanks to my daughter, and really appreciate when you send us these things. They are pretty cool, and yeah, really appreciate it. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is something that I mentioned in a recent episode, and that is sport fishing regulations. Since I posted that, a number of you have commented that you appreciated the reminder, and so I thought I would talk about it again. You should always make sure that you check your regulations before you go out fishing, because you never know if they are going to change. And I don't know about everywhere else, but in Alberta, the regulations seem to be changing quite a bit lately for some of the lakes that I regularly fish. The easiest thing you can do is when you pick up your license, if you're picking up in a store, is to get a free copy of the Alberta Sport Fishing Regulations. They hand these out at places like our sporting goods stores at Canadian Tire, and you can get it when you pick up either bait or, as I said, your license. And then you've got a hard copy that you can take with you, and you've got it available if you want to look up the regulations. Of course, given that we're in the day and age with mobile phones and computers, you can also find this free online in PDF form so that you can have a digital copy. That's typically what I use, but sometimes I do find that the hard copy is handy to have if you forget about something and you don't have cell service, for instance. Now, again, I'm not sure about regulations in other provinces or in the States, but here in Alberta, one of the things I really like about the updated sport fishing regulations every year is that they color code the changes. And so, for example, if I open this up and show you this page for ES1 lakes, so this is Eastern Slope Zone lakes. This is related to the location that I was at where I mentioned this previously, which was Pine Coulee Reservoir. And if you're looking at all these lakes in the ES1 zone, this one stands out because it is highlighted in blue. That means that there was a regulation change at Pine Coulee Reservoir. Easy to determine, yep, the regulations changed this year. You can go on there and see what's different. And of course, as I said in that video, there's a bait ban in effect. So you can no longer use bait at Pine Coulee Reservoir. So as you're flipping through this book, anything that's in blue will stand out to you, and you can check to see if there's been a regulation change. Just as an example, let me flip over to the PP1 lakes. All right, so here are the PP1 lakes. This is where we spend a lot of our time in the summer. And just looking through here really quickly, I can see that there are 2 lakes that have regulation changes that we have been to and have made videos at. The first one right here is Clear Lake. We went to Clear Lake last year, and some of you will remember that there was a very strange regulation at Clear Lake, which was you could only keep a pike there over a meter, which I always thought was a strange regulation. This year, you cannot keep any fish from Clear Lake at all. More significantly, Crawling Valley Reservoir, which you guys know is one of our favorite places to fish, has some regulation changes this year. And the biggest one is that they have a tag system now for walleye. So if you were able to get into the draw for walleye tags, you can now keep walleye from Crawling Valley if you have a tag. I did not apply for a tag from Crawling Valley this year, so I will not be keeping any fish from there, but it is a change in the regulations, and so that's an interesting one that they've opened it up to keep some walleye for those that are lucky enough to be drawn. So there's just a couple of examples of how the regulations can change. For any of you who are Alberta fishermen, please make sure you take the time to look. And as I said, hopefully there's something similar to this for those of you in other places around the world, and you check them so that you don't get in trouble, so that if you get visited by a conservation officer or wildlife officer, you're not going to get a ticket. All right. Really appreciate the support. We continue to see some growth in the channel, and that can't happen without all of you. So we really love all of the input we get, the comments, and the support that we receive. So with that, just want to say, as we always do, hope you liked the video. And if you did, smash that like button, hit subscribe. And until next time, good fishing. I bet you thought I forgot to show the stickers. Here they are. So thanks to everybody who sent one so far. There's the new Off the Hook Outdoors one, and there's the Revere Ag Seeds Limited one. Might be a little bit difficult to see because that one is transparent, but it does look good in person, and so there we go. Now, the issue is that the tackle box is already full. So what do I do if anybody else sends some? Well, good news is I got another one ready to go. And by the way, this one is brand new. This one is 30 years old. I was pretty ecstatic to see that they still make this model. Thanks, Plano, because I love it. I was able to pick this thing up at Cabela's, and it looks exactly like the one that's 30 years old. They haven't changed the design one bit, so that's awesome. All right, anybody got some stickers you want to send me? I'm glad to exchange them. Let's get the second tackle box going.